The winds were quite fruity. I think we're getting 18 to 24 knots, which is why we had the code 3 up. Dark, riding a bucking bronco with Dave on the helm was really quite exhilarating for some and quite scary for others. For some reason, we're not quite sure yet, the lazy sheet unwound from its winch and was then flying out in the water. And it's critical that this sheet could have been brought back in, or we couldn't actually douse the kite, and that's quite a dangerous situation. We understand that he managed to hook the lazy sheet, brought it to one side, and was holding the lazy sheet in his left hand and also clutching the guardrail. And I guess, we don't quite know, that the lazy sheet probably got round his thumb at the same time, got a massive crack from the spinnaker as it sort of collapsed and then filled with a great force. And that was probably what did the damage to Dave's thumb.
We initially thought that Dave's thumb was totally separated from his hand until Miles Berry went up to him and actually saw that it was still attached. Understood that this needed immediate hospital treatment, got in doctor practice, and that's why Dave was taken off the boat into hospital here in Portugal.
Initially got the phone call in the middle of the night that the accident had happened, and really it was my role to coordinate, liaise with the Coast Guard and make sure that the boat's going to the right place. The rescue services are doing their job and really communicating with the boat and make sure the right things are happening to get Dave off the boat and keep the team safe and the boat safe.
The risk, if he doesn't go in the water until the helicopter's overhead, the diver goes in, we stand off no more than 100 metres, he will always be in sight of us with his AIS deployed. See you in a couple of days.
I was standing at the back of the boat, never really anticipating doing that you were going to actually step away from a boat that you're skippering with your crew, who are, at the end of the day, an amateur crew. Although they've had great training, they are an amateur crew and you're the skipper. But also the thing that hit me was the level of calmness and relaxation on the boat, and it was like, maybe they don't need me after all. That was a bit of a moment.
2, 3, 1.
Jump into the sea and then to float away, yeah, that was quite a difficult thing to do. If you could imagine taking a cheese wire and then cutting it from the top of the finger down to about there, so it's sort of like quite a straight cut. It goes down, it's very clean, very sharp. And when you look at it bound up, it doesn't look a lot, but when they take the bandages on, even the nurses in the hospital go, ooh. I've now got in this hand a number of wires, etc., that are joining together.
David's really built a strong team from the beginning and built it on the same values, so safety is one of the key elements there, working together as a team and getting some enjoyment and learning out of the race, and that's something that has always been part of my sailing. We've got a really strong team here. They've showed great sailing ability and organisation, and all the training that they've done through Clipper, they've put it into practice and shown us that they really are a strong team. So really is an honour to go sailing with them.
It's going to be very hard for me. I know at the moment, 24 hours ago I was still getting over a 3-hour surgery in general anaesthetic, but it probably hasn't quite sunk in yet that they're going on without me. I want to be on the boat, I want to be with them. I'm not, something's happened, I can't do that. I've got to say, it is very, very hard, very emotional. But it will be difficult, and I know that I'm going to get impatient to join the boat. But they'll do well. They are a special group of people. It's a bit of a roller coaster at the moment for me.
I'm and it's Melston team. I'm steering on the boat SB20 more than maybe 6 years.
What would be a good result, do you think, for you to finish?
First 10, I think.
Top 10?
Top 10. But yesterday it's not good. No wind, hot summer, only current.
How do you think Russia are going to do in the Nations Cup?
I don't know, because now our fleet not so strong, not so many time on the water. Maybe. I think on the podium, yes, but not first. Because I saw yesterday Australian guys, he's strong.
So good to see you here in Cowes Neck. How's it going for the Australian team?
Well, I think actually the Australian team are doing really well. Certainly, I know the Tasmanian guys are all doing really well. You know, we've had some fantastic racing in Hobart with big fleets, and it's almost like going away to a national championship. We race every week, every Thursday night, and get a couple of races in, and you get 30 to 35 boats out there on the water. It's just fantastic racing, and we've come here and it seems like we're back into it again, so the Australians are right up there again. I reckon the most important thing about the class, it doesn't discriminate against anybody. You know, it's a class that anybody can sail. Doesn't matter whether, you know, male, female, young, old. It's just a tremendous one design class, and you can't play with the gear as far as the sails are all exactly the same. The hull, the rig, and basically it just comes down to how you set your boat up and where you place it on the race course.
My result was not good. I think we finished 9 or 8. but it was very fun day. The condition was extreme and it was very fun. Yes, we're sailing 2 years in 420, 1 year in 470, and this is the 4th year together.
Today we saw the forecast before coming to the harbour. That was pretty strong with a typhoon offshore. So yeah, we're looking forward for the day because with strong day we had pretty bad days the day before and we wanted to make a good day today. We had a very good start. We lost at the end of the first upwind because we had a big right shift and we were on the left. So we lost the 4 top guys, but then I think we were on the match for the rest of the race.
Today we finished around 5th and it was an okay result because we haven't been sailing so much in the strong breeze, so we were pretty happy not capsizing or anything out there. And it was really fun to be out sailing in the strong wind.
Yeah, the upwind, it was kind of hard to play with the waves. But I think the biggest challenge for us was definitely the downwind. We're kind of new in the boat, so it was tricky if we were going to hoist the spinnaker or just sail with 2 sails, or when to jibe and to do the jibe and not capsize.
We have the typhoon offshore of Tokyo, and that brings us big breezy day like today and very strong winds. So we'll see how it goes the next days.
Located in Cowes on an island off England's south coast, the Royal Yacht Squadron is considered to be one of the world's most revered clubs. For 200 years, this prestigious yacht club, steeped in tradition and history, has been at the forefront of the development of yachting, helping to pioneer and shape it into the sport we know today. Perhaps surprisingly, the story of the Royal Yacht Squadron didn't start on the Isle of Wight, but in London, in a premises then known as the Thatched House Tavern. It was in 1815 that 42 enthusiastic yachtsmen came together and decided to form a yacht club, renamed the Royal Yacht Squadron by the King, and agreed to meet twice a year, once in London and once in Cowes. Their first regatta was held in 1826, and the sport of yachting was born, with Cowes as its spiritual home. Some 29 years later, the club accepted a challenge from the yacht America to compete against 15 of the squadron's yachts in a race from Cowes around the Isle of Wight that was to change yachting forever. America won the race easily and took the cup home, the squadron's £100 sterling cup, renaming it the America's Cup, and beginning a history of competition that is known around the world today. Since those early days, the squadron's expertise for running yacht races has garnered international acclaim, not just for the calibre of the racing, but also the style in which it is undertaken. Racing is run from the platform, and traditional cannon still mark the start and finish of races from the squadron line, especially during the world-famous Cowes Week Regatta, whose routes were established by the squadron in their very first regatta in 1826. The squadron also has an enviable reputation for running some of the best social events from its impressive clubhouse, originally a castle built by the King in 1539, and it overlooks the waters of the Solent. 200 years after its inauguration, the Royal Yacht Squadron is still seen as one of the key players in the development of world yachting.
Fais du 13. Hein? Fais du 13 pour commencer. Et on essaye de voir si ça vole. Top. On peut monter du chariot un peu. Ouais, y a pas d'air. Hein. Il y a 12 devant. On peut demander à Giro. Peut-être sur une vague, il y a moyen de...
She's extraordinary, my jeans are torn. Her lips taste cherry, my eyes are worn. They said she'll run away, they said she'll run away from here. She's extraordinary, my jeans are torn. Her lips taste cherry, my eyes are worn. They said she'll run away, they said she'll run away.
It's the international showcase for innovation, technology and design, featuring some of the world's most impressive monohull yachts. Welcome to the 28th edition of the Maxi Yacht Rolex Cup. This is Grand Prix racing at its most compelling, demanding excellence, perfection and precision, as the cutting-edge fleet, admired equally for power and stylish elegance, race for 5 challenging days. Sailed by outstanding talent, the competition is exacting and requires supreme teamwork, meticulous navigation, and incisive decision-making. The event takes place in one of the world's most glamorous, inspirational, yet technically testing locations, among the rocky outcrops and enchanting waters of Portugal, Sardinia. Racing is hosted from the 4th of September by the longtime Rolex partner, the prestigious yacht club Costa Smeralda, which this year celebrates its 50th anniversary. The Maxi Yacht Rolex Cup provides a sumptuous feast of top-class sailing, including the 8th running of the Rolex Maxi 72 World Championship, whose defending champion, Hapfouth with Bellamente, is a 3-time competition winner. The action also features the Wally class, which has been an essential part of the fabric of the event for 2 decades, and epitomizes the combination of high-end sailing technology and modern-day comfort. But all the class winners will be rewarded for their excellence at the final prize giving, held in front of the magnificent Yacht Club Costa Smeralda. The Maxi Yacht Rolex Cup, sailing at its finest.
Hi everybody, we're at Hamilton Island Race Week. It's day one. We're going out on the Fareast 28R. We're going to take you out for a spin. It's the first day, quite a bit of breeze. We're going downwind start, out of Dent Passage, then towards the Mole Islands, and then coming back up for a long upwind leg into the current, into the high breeze. Downwind will be great fun on this boat. It's a planing light keel boat. So yeah, hold on. We'll strap you onto the keel. We'll strap you onto the boom, and we're gonna have some good fun.
Tack guys in 3, 2, 1, tacking and bearing away. Get the twist out of the jib for kite first. You don't pack kite. Does it need to be dropped? Does it need to be dropped? Talk to me. Does it need to be dropped? Yes, Gitana! Drop it. No, I asked him. Just one person caught that. That's one pitch off, Robbie. Let's go. Drop it more. Drop it. More. Somebody help me. Then he gets out of the water. Then he water. Going out, boys. Boys, Danny. Me. Right back. Drop the bit of jib. Sorry. Drop the jib now. Sorry, that was my bad. Drop it or what? Yeah, just drop it. Off the bow, Robbie. Drop it. Wait tack. Wait tack. Wait tack. What?